All right, it's day 12, and got a little dry fire in, same as yesterday. Just a lot of repetition, high rep day, and just working on really being smooth and being consistent. And today's video, we're going to talk a little bit, a couple rule changes this year at Nationals that I think are going to be really big, and just the outcome of the match. So the new target, they have a 0 down in the head. So okay, so one of the new IDPA rules for 2017 is the new circle on the head box. This is a smaller circle that I've drawn on there, but it's just an example of that. The new targets have a 0 down in the head, and I've made mine. This is my practice target in my dry fire room. And I made mine just a little bit smaller, just so I had to focus on it a little bit more, and you know, just to challenge myself a little bit more. But that's going to be a big difference this year at Nationals, is this head box, and I think there's going to be a lot of tight shots on the head box. So that's one thing I'm focusing a lot with my dry fire, is making these head shots that are real tight. That's going to be a big key thing, and the reloading rules. The reloading rules are going to be a lot different. I think attack reload is going to be very important now that we can reload wherever we want to. So a good tack reload is going to be a really big thing. And I'm going in with the mindset this year to tack reload twice if I need to on the stage. Normally I would say, it would be a benefit to tack reload once, but an extra reload would be too much risk. You in danger of dropping a mag or something like that. And I don't want to wimp out like that this year. I want to be aggressive and go to my third mag if I need to, and not be scared to. All right, I think everybody can agree the last year the IDPA target's head was way too big. The whole section of it being 0 down was a little big. But last year at Nationals, they had one cover, the one target in particular, I remember, that had a very sliver of the headshot that was available that you had to take. And so now they have to give you the same amount of 0 down, so you're going to have a lot more head sticking out. So I think it's going to, you're going to have to make a tough decision. Sometimes it's going to be worth it to get those, to shoot, if it requires 2 shots to get 2 points down and not worry about being in the 0 or getting close to it, because they're going to protect it with a non-threat. So you're going to have to be smart about that. Everybody wants to be most accurate, but in cases like that, it's worth it to instead of spending the 2 seconds aiming, just go ahead and get the 2 points down and get your shots and get on, move on. That's what it's going to come down to. And it's going to be tough decisions, but you got to be willing to make 2 quick shots instead of trying or risking hitting the non-threat for a 0 down. All right, so this year at Silver Dollar Tier 4 match, I noticed that I had some stages where I shot really well, and I was wondering where I lost so much time at. And it was in the tack reloads. I watched the other shooters' YouTube channels, and they did attack reloads, and it kept them from having to come back in and reload or do a standing reload. So that's the benefit of being able to attack reload like we can now, is if you're moving, or if you're moving and you're going, that's dead time anyway, so you might as well reload during that time, and that'll give your overall time lower, even though it's a slower reload. My tack reload right now is about a ½ second slower than my slide lock reload on average. I can slide lock a little bit faster, but I mean, dependably while moving, my tack reload is about a ½ second slower. So it's one of the huge benefits, and I've been training really hard on my tack reload, and just for it to be a weapon, and I'm not going to shy away from it this year. I'm going to try to use it as much as possible. Okay, so a quick look at my tack reload for this year. Falls my speedy racing vest. So the idea is I'm shooting, boom, boom. I grab the mag, drop it in my pocket here, come across. So if I'm moving left, I got to be real careful to keep the muzzle down range and get this reload in here like this. So a couple of key points. This is really for moving, but since the camera's on, I can't do moving. So what I tend to do is bring my elbows in for a little bit. It's a little bit more stable. It helps me get that perfect insertion. So let's take a look at it. Speed. This is a 2-second par time. A little slow. Let's do one more. Okay. And it's a lot more, it's pretty rock solid. You know, my pocket's nice and deep, nothing falls out. And I'm able to get, you know, from here to here and get this magazine out pretty quick is the key to it. And like I said, you know, doing this while moving is a huge benefit. So at the end of day 12, still keep in mind that I've never done a tack reload at a sanctioned match. So just do a lot of local matches trying to proof it out, but I'm a little nervous about my tack reload at a sanctioned match. So we'll see. I'm definitely not going to be afraid to use it, and I'm going to use it aggressively. So that's the game plan at least.